times. Field is set, looking for the green off of turn number 4. Up on the throttle they come. Green flag. Tyler Lallier up on the outside. Dave Lougee down low as they hit turn 1.
Lallier and Lougee, that's the front row. Give the advantage to Lallier down into turn number 3.
Tyler Lallier works himself up on the outside, rolls off the corner. He'll pick up the lead on lap number 1. Into the corner they go, and the 10 of Andrew Gomes works that top lane, trying to get to the top, down into 3. Connor Souza makes it 3 wide through 3 and 4. Down to the inside, looking for the 4th spot. Edges out ahead of Rose. Rose slideways through the corner, gathers it in.
Connor Souza running like he stole it, running to get into the playoffs. He moves up to the 4th spot, and he's looking for more off turn number 4.
Down to the inside of Lougee as he looks his way towards the top of the field. Rose slides up the racetrack. Here comes Jenison down on the inside. They race side by side. Up front, it is the 7 of Tyler Lallier. The 10 of Gomes works the inside. Look at the 38 of Connor Souza. Look at the inside, and how about Lougee with a crossover move?
Lallier continues to lead. Further back in the pack, Nate Tracy got into something. That 0 has some damage to the nose as they work off turn number 4.
Side by side at the top of the leaderboard as they come off of turn number 2. Then in the 10 of Andrew Gomes looking for the advantage into 3 and 4. He picked up the lead at lap 5. He'll lead lap number 6 as they hit turn 1.
They work down into turn number 1. Andrew Gomes to the lead in that number 10 Route 6 Auto Mall Kia as the battle for second heats up off turn 4.
Off the corner they come. Connor Souza edges out ahead of Tyler Lallier looking for the number 2 spot, and he takes it down into 1. Lallier trying to crossover move, doesn't have the momentum. Meanwhile, behind them, Mark Jenison sits 4th, and he's got Rowdy Burns knocking on his back door. Burns jumps inside. Jenison tries to shut the door. Burns kicks it back open off at 2 and gets a run down on the inside.
That battle continues into 3, but out front, the leader, Andrew Gomes, that gap's closing. Connor Souza right there down into 1 and 2.
Connor Souza running about 1/10 of a second faster right now as they hit turn 3 and 4. Off the corner they come. Gomes sets a pace. Souza waiting for an opportunity to make his move. Lallier sits 3rd. Here comes Burns up into 4th. Jenison back into 5th as they hit turn number 3.
Andrew Gomes looking for that elusive first win. Will it happen here tonight, or will Connor Souza crash those dreams? We shall see. 11 laps on the board as they work down the backstretch.
Jacob Burns down to the inside of Tyler Lallier. Gets a good run down the backstretch into 3 and 4. He'll take over the 3rd spot. Mark Jenison trying to follow through on the inside as they hit turns 1 and 2. Lallier shuts the door, and here comes Belcher right up on the back bumper of Jenison.
Belcher battling here, looking for more positions. Lallier looking to hold on. Jenison right there in the middle of that sandwich as they work down into 1 and 2.
Into 3 and 4 they come. Jenison gets caught up top as Lallier shuts the door. Belcher throws it in hard down on the inside as they hit 3 and 4. Lallier on the inside. Belcher trying to make it 3 wide, settles it in. Meanwhile, up front, Connor Souza putting the pressure on the sophomore as they come off of 4. Down to the inside goes Souza. We're at the halfway point.
15 down, 15 to go. Battle for the lead up front. Souza low. Gomes high as they work down the backstretch into turn 3.
Gomes with a good run on the outside, holding him off that time, but Souza continues to dig deep down low. Down into 1 and 2 they go. Gomes up on the outside with a good run down the backstretch into 3. Souza back down low through the corner.
The lead continues to be hot and heavy here. Gomes holding on, closing in. 14, now 13 laps to go. Andrew Gomes looking for that first win.
Down into 3 and 4, and Souza again back down low. They come off of 4. 18 laps up on the board, and they're side by side. One driver looking for his first win in 2 years. One driver looking for his first career late model win. Into 3 and 4. Gomes with a good run down into the corner. But all of a sudden, they look, while they're battling side by side, here comes Rowdy right up on their tail down into turn number 1.
Jacob Burns has closed that gap as the battle for the lead has been really, really strong here. 10 laps to go at the stripe. It's a 3-wide battle for the lead here down into 1.
Andrew Gomes continues to dig deep up top. They roll down into 3. Here comes Burns taking a look to the outside. They close up on Tom Murray to put him -2 while Gomes sets the pace. Souza works the bottom lane. Burns looking for an opportunity down on the inside as he heads into 3 and 4.
Throw him under a blanket. It's 9, now 8 laps to go at the stripe. Gomes continues to lead Connor Souza. They work down into 1 and 2. Jacob Burns right there in tow.
Watch Gomes come off the corner. That's his strong point. Off of 4, down to the stripe. There they go, down into 1, and Gomes continues to hold off by less than 100th of a second. Down the backstretch into 3, and Burns looking for an opening. Watch the dive bomb down off of 4, trying to make it 3 wide down in the corner, settles it behind Souza as Gomes continues to hold on. 5 to go this time.
5 to go. The future of this sport in our late model division is bright. You've got the youngsters of Gomes, Souza, and Burns all up front battling for the lead. 5 to go off turn number 2.
Off at 2, and look at Burns down to the inside of Souza. Squeezes down to the inside. Gomes trying to get away. Side by side for second, down into 3 with 4 to go.
That might be what Andrew Gomes wanted to see. Jacob Burns kicked the door open. He battles with Souza. They work down into 3 and 4. Andrew Gomes now out to the lead, looking as the laps wind down into 1 and 2, 3 to go.
He's working the outside. Burns has the room down low. They come off the corner. Look at Souza with a crossover. Taking a look to the inside of Burns. 2 to go this time. They come off the corner. Souza underneath Burns with Gomes just barely out front.
Andrew Gomes is looking in the rearview mirror and watching that battle. Keep it up, he says, as he works into 3 and 4. Coming to the white flag, Andrew Gomes looking for that first win.
One more time, down into 1. Souza digs it deep down on the inside. Burns with a crossover down underneath Souza. That's the battle for second. Gomes leads it off at turn number 4, and a first-time late model winner in Andrew Gomes. Burns in for second. Souza will finish third. Jenison and Belcher your top 5.
Wow. Coming home 6th, it was Tyler Lallier. David Lougee brought it home 7th. Charlie Rose 8th. Josh Hedges 9th. Bill Goodrow 10th. Tyler Almeida 11th. Richie Murray 12th. Jeff Bellier 13th. Manny Diaz 14th. Trent Goodrow 15th. Nate Tracy 16th. And Tom Murray 17th, rounding out the field as we have a first-time winner.
Congratulations. Welcome to Victory Lane.
Thank you so much. It feels great.
Tell us about that race. 30 laps, green to checker, but man, the pressure you had on you.
Yeah, I got to the front, and I got like a car length out. He's telling me car length. He's telling me Connor's closing, and I thought back to a couple weeks ago when I was running second to Jenison, and he just went to the top. Couldn't get by him on the bottom, so I'm like, that's what we're going to do. So we went to the top, and we just drove the top the whole time.
He would get you in the corners, but you had some good grip coming off the corners, off of 2 and off of 4. And as the laps wound down, all of a sudden, here comes Burns in the fight. What were you thinking?
Yeah, it's kind of how this track goes. It seems like you can get him on entry on bottom, and then especially off of 2, the run on the outside is just insane. So we just stuck it out there. I saw Burns coming. I thought maybe that's going to be a relief. He's going to have to guard the bottom a little bit, and that's what happened. It worked out great.
How does it feel to finally win your first late model race?
It feels great. We've been so close so many times, and now we got it. So
You got to feel real good about this. It's been a long season. You've been close so many times. What were your thoughts coming off of 4?
I mean, I don't even know. He was yelling on the radio. It was awesome.
Now, I just want to know who's happier, you or Dad?
I don't know. He was yelling on the radio. He was ecstatic. I was screaming too, though. So.
Well, I know you got some people to thank.
Yeah, I got to thank my dad first and foremost. We were in Florida this week, and I was out with the girlfriend last night, and he was getting the car ready. But we were sitting in Florida looking at the tire sheet, and we're like, oh, do we put 2 on this week, 4 on this week, 3 on? We're trying to figure out tires for the playoffs, but I think we made the right choice.
Congratulations. Welcome to Victory Lane.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jacob Burns. And Jacob, you came through the field real well, but once you got up to the 38 and the 10, it seemed to get a little tougher, but man, what a race.
Yeah, for sure. We closed it on them real quick. They were battling side by side. I thought about making it 3 wide, but that kid deserved that win. I wasn't going to do it dirty for him. So congrats to that whole team. They're way overdue. Thanks for Connor for running me clean. Huge thanks to Derek Luchaka for setting this up. He's up at Oxford right now. And Ryan Vaness for the drive shaft. I want to thank East Coast Towing Recovery, RNF Motors, the whole Martin family, my spotter, Mikey Cooper, and all the fans that came out tonight.
It was a lot of fun to watch. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Jacob Ruff, to put you into the chase, unofficially, don't quote me on that, but a real good run. Man, this car is so close.
Yeah, we we made a bunch of changes this week, try and get it back to where we had it when we were, when we won and all that. And I think we're going in the right direction. Definitely would have had something for the 10. I didn't really want to rough him up. That kid drives everybody clean, so just absolutely no need to tear it up with him. So congrats to him. He really deserves it.
You and him and the 91 put on a great race with the swapping of lanes and the crossovers and everything. It was a lot of fun to watch. It was a lot of fun to call. How was it from behind the wheel?
It was a lot of fun. Wish I came out on the good end of the stick there. But, like I said, congrats to him. He runs me clean every week, doesn't drive into my door like half of these guys here. And, he's honestly one of the best guys to race against right now. So, it was a lot of fun racing with him, battling, and not tearing stuff up for once.
A lot of work into this car over the past several weeks, getting it to where it is tonight. A lot of people behind you.
Big thanks to Vinny Aranagato, because apparently I forgot him when I won, and he helps me out a lot. Thanks to Big Jeff for helping me out, too. Those two guys set this thing up every week with me, and, we wouldn't be here without them, so thank you. And thanks to my whole family, my mom, my dad, especially my brother who came down from Boston this week. Hopefully he enjoyed it as much as I did. And thanks to Monroe Dairy, Nats Racing Engines, The Sacred Cow, Titan Vet Clinic, Smokey's Auto Repair, the Hamilton Diner, and anybody else who I forgot.
Great run for third.